Well, entrepreneurs are someone that has their own business or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since that's the definition of entrepreneur, mompreneur is to me is that, but you have your own business, you're making your own money, you're very successful, but you're a mom first
Mm.
and all your mom duties. Not they don't like interfere, but sometimes it can, contrast with what you need to do for your business and whatnot. But if you're a mompreneur, then you're able to handle all those things and make sure everything is done.
Hey, you. Welcome to Shades of Content, a show that teaches entrepreneurs how to effectively use content to market their business and stay content while doing it. I'm your host, Patrice, a wife, a mom of 3, and a 15-year public relations and marketing professional who decided to open a brick and mortar content studio 4 years ago. And I honestly haven't looked back since. Join me as I share my experiences and the experiences of other entrepreneurs who, like me, are navigating this maze of owning a business, running a family, and trying to stay sane and healthy while doing it. I'll tell you, it's an amazingly challenging journey, but I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. See you soon. Hey guys, so I am gearing up for episode 100 of Shades of Content. And you know what? These are perfect opportunities for you to promote your own business, service, and or product. So if you know that you are targeting the people that I talk to, these are mompreneurs, these are entrepreneurs, these are content creators, these are women, Black millennial moms who are owning their own businesses and using content to promote and also want to figure out ways to stay content, then you need to talk. We need to get it together, all right? So if you're interested, go to www.shadesofcontent.com/sponsor. Again, that's www.shadesofcontent.com/sponsor. I would love to work with you. We have a host of very affordable, if I may say, partner packages. We can do only audio. We can do audio and video. We can really customize packages that work the best to speak to your customer. So yeah, let's make this work. We got episode 100 coming up. We got all of 2023 coming up. And I really want to use the platform to help other small businesses grow. So go to www.shadesofcontent.com/sponsor. I can't wait to work with you. There's also a link in the show notes. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Shades of Content. I'm your host, Patrice, and I have a guest with me. Hey, RJ. This is my oldest son. This is crazy seeing us on video because aside from us looking just alike, he looks like a grown-ass man. Like he's bigger than me, and he doesn't look 15. You look 20. No, maybe not 20, maybe 18. We're recording this in our house, in our kitchen. Hey, remember I said quiet? My other 2 kids are here making noise because that's what they do. It's like as soon as I turn the camera on, they want to talk. But we're here. This is episode 99. Next week is episode 100. I cannot believe it. I'm really, really proud of myself. Oh, yeah. His arm is messed up, so if he's moving weird, that's because. And this show is so funny. This show launched on your birthday. So this show on March 19, 2020, it was my son's 13? 14.
2020?
Yeah.
2013.
Oh, okay.
2007?
He's smart. I'm not. Anyway, that's why we paid the big bucks for him to go to that school that he got the shirt on. So, yeah, it was his 13th birthday. We literally were at the very beginning of the lockdown mandates for COVID-19. And I had already planned on launching the show on that day because I like to keep things where I can remember them. And so we launched anyway, pandemic and all. And here we are almost 3 years later, almost 100 episodes in. And it's a Thursday night. This show is supposed to release literally in 2 hours. You're probably going to get it late. That's okay. I noticed you have on your phone something that says consistency. What is that quote?
I have a bunch of them.
Okay. Particularly the one that I'm referring to.
It's basketball season.
Uh-huh.
So you got to lock in. But one of them is this.
And what we can't see it, love. Can't see
It's
it.
not forgiving.
No. I mean, you can see the view.
All right. Well,
You don't remember the quote? It can't be that impactful if you don't remember it.
There's multiple consistency ones.
Read that.
Consistency is more important than perfection.
Consistency is more important than perfection. So with that, this is not going to have perfect audio. The video is going to be probably whatever. You're going to hear my kids in the background. I hope you can hear him. Can you speak up a little bit though? You need some water?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, but we're going to release it anyway. So if you haven't already, make sure you rate and review the show. You can literally just go down in the episode and leave comments. Y'all know what that's about. I don't have a review to read because we haven't had any new reviews. So please review the show. Just let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you like it. You know what I'm saying? Give me some feedback. Check us out on Instagram. Yeah, that's it. All the links that you need are in the show notes. I am sleepy, you guys. It's 9:51. I'm typically getting ready for bed right now. But y'all already know what it is. We're going to get it done. So this episode is going to be me just talking to my son. He's been with me. I remember doing PR and having him. I was pregnant with him. I remember one of the bigger events that I did as a publicist was this big sneaker event. Shout out to Mitch Mathis. I know I'm sure I've mentioned him on the show before. He hired me to do his PR, and that event was in the Washington Post. And I was pregnant with him. Maybe if I can find a picture, I'll throw it in somewhere. But this kid has been with me along this mompreneur journey since the very beginning. And I don't think I'm who I am. I know I'm not who I am if he doesn't exist. I know that I don't care about things and I don't show up in the way I do if he wasn't here. He has given me just, it sounds cliche, but like when you have a child, your life changes. And he definitely motivated me to just want to always be the best, because at the end of the day, when you're a parent, when you're a mom, you are your kid's ultimate example for the most part. So we're just going to talk about what it's been like as him being my kid, my mompreneurship from his view, right? I don't know if I've ever asked you these questions before. I just bring you along with me on stuff. You've been a part of everything. You see everything I'm doing. I explain to you what it is that I do when I'm doing it. He knows all my clients. He knows my friends. But I just want to talk to you about kind of your viewpoint. You're 15. You are very strong-minded. You can articulate how you feel really well. So I felt like it would be a great time to have you on the show. We also spent the whole day together. We didn't plan to spend the whole day together, but as I mentioned earlier, he's injured. So I had to take him to urgent care. We were there for about 2 hours, and then we decided to get lunch, and we just kind of relaxed. And then he came with me to get my eyebrows done, and we were in traffic. So we like to have those days every now and then, because you'd be busy. My kid is super busy, probably a little more busy than I am sometimes. So, RGZ Money, tell the people about yourself. Who are you?
My name is RJ. For those of you that don't know,
Keep
15, sophomore high school, and currently attend St. Albans School. It's in DC. Athlete, like she said, injured right now and dealing with muscle spasms in my shoulder blade area. So currently out for, it's not really a set time, just kind of, as long as I keep, maintaining my body and stuff like that, we'll see how it goes and things like that. So, oldest of 3, firstborn, favorite child.
That's pretty good. He's a Pisces.
Yeah, March 19th, 2007.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just, be living life.
Living life. You're a good
Just living life.
person. He's a good person. Just living life. We're just living life. If you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Probably say like versatile, because I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything like that, but I can do a lot of things. I'm very, well versed in a lot of different aspects in life. So
Like your mama? Yeah.
Anything you need to do or any challenge, I'm up for it. I feel like I can complete it. Not just complete it, but like complete it well, thoroughly. Make sure it's done to the best of my ability. So I say pretty versatile is the word that I use to describe myself.
Yeah, and we talk about that when we talk about, what do I always say to you and Dad?
I can say the whole thing.
You can say it. You can do it. Go ahead,
So,
Sky.
Don't be half-assed.
That's my motto. Because sometimes I see it in my husband. Sometimes I see it in you. And I think that might be a guy thing, just kind of doing just enough. And I want to always impart in my kids, be the best. No half-assedness. I have wine. This is wine in my glass. It's wine. It's been a long day. Wine in a Starbucks cup. But yeah, I always don't do if you're going to do it all the way. Period. Don't be on the court and not play 100%. If you're going to turn in some work, do the best you can. You might not have prepared for it, but at least you try. Never be like, no, you know what, F this. We cannot do that. So I think you described yourself very well. You're a very versatile person. You're a leader. You're very similar to me. But you do have traits of your dad. It's the older you get, the more, you're becoming a man. And so some of the traits that you get from me, they're not disappearing, but just more of that man energy, is coming into play. All right. So the first question, what does mompreneur mean to you? There's no right or wrong answer here.
Well, entrepreneur is someone that has their own business or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since that's the definition of entrepreneur, mompreneur is, to me, is that, but you have your own business, you're making your own money, you're very successful, but you're a mom first. And all your mom duties, they don't interfere, but sometimes they can, contrast with what you need to do for your business and whatnot. But if you're a mompreneur, then you're able to handle all those things and make sure everything is done.
Okay. Put a pin in that. What do I do? What is my business? What is my job? What in your words, what do you feel I do?
You run a business.
Okay.
And it's an event space. Or not event space. Yeah, it is an event space. Where you can rent it out and do whatever you need to do. Like today, we were in the car, she had a phone call, and it was this guy. Mm-hmm. He wanted to book the space for he's a photographer, he wanted to book the space for someone to do a rebranding for their brand for job opportunities or something like that. But yeah, on the call, she broke down how Camp Space went, what the hourly rates are, and all the kind of rules and restrictions or whatnot. And yeah, it's kind of you kind of manage that, make sure everything that you make sure everything that's happening in camp, make sure you run it all, you make sure everything runs smoothly. Mm-hmm. Make sure it's a very seamless process with our customers.
Oh, he said our customers. I know that's right.
Yeah, and then we've also you've also hosted major corporations and companies, like Bravo and Unsung and etc.
Okay.
More to come. So yeah, you just yeah.
I think you got it. So it's not an event space. It's a content studio.
Okay.
But you got it. It's
content studio.
We do small events now. Yeah. Parker and Reese, go in your room.
Y'all. What if I got y'all? Hear me out on this. Okay, look. It's kind of bare. The ears kind of bare. What if earrings just be 20 times better? Earrings on me would be 20 times better. So look, I need y'all to do me a favor. Y'all don't see my hair. I'm not on here often. This might be my first and last. This might be the first and last time ever seeing me on a podcast. So if you think they should let me get some earrings, put it in the comments.
I don't know what what you didn't say about your kids and your siblings and throwing them under the bus. But yes, I do believe that you pretty much articulated is what I do. How do you think I show up? When I say show up, I mean, how am I as a mom?
You're a good mom. But like everyone's not perfect. Every mom isn't the best mom. Every mom forgets things. Every mom forgets things. Every mom makes mistakes. It's a part of being a mom and a parent. So that being said, you're a good mom, but you also have your mishaps.
Right. Like what?
I feel like, okay. I know that you've said you've been working on this. You have. But I feel like your patience or temper can be very short rope at times. Especially, those two. But it has been improving.
Really? Thank you. That makes me happy to hear that I'm getting better.
So,
what else? What other improvements can I make as a mom? As your mom?
I mean, in regards to me, I think you're pretty good. Because, I'm pretty self-sufficient. I say so myself.
True, but being a mom isn't just like the day-to-day getting you dressed. Like, it's the conversation we have. Do you think I talk too much?
No.
Okay. I be on it when we be having our conversations. I'm like, hitting points. All the things that I be saying to y'all on the show, I said it to this man this morning, I feel like. If you could give me one tip or piece of advice to go into the new year to make me a better person, what would it be?
I feel like I had something, but you already know what it is. Like you already realized it about yourself. You already know that what you need. Patience.
Oh.
But you already
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm pretty accountable, right? So I know, even when I lose my temper or if I make a mistake, I apologize to you. Mm-hmm. When I grew up, that wasn't the case all the time. I remember, no lie, and I love my parents. Great parents. I never forget, I had to be 7, 8 years old. And me and my mom were going to a birthday party of a girl who went to our church. She and I grew up together. Her name was Letsy. Letsy. Or Letsey. However you spell it, I knew how to spell it because she was my friend. And so we get to the Safeway or Giant, the supermarket, to buy the card. And me and my mom are about to get in the car and it's time to write her name on it. And I was telling my mom, oh no, I think I wrote it because I like to write and I spelled it. And my mom was like, that's not how you spell her name. And I was like, yes, it is. And she's like, no, it's not. It's Lex with an X. And I was like, no, Mom, I know this is how you spell it. I know. And she did not believe me. And then I started crying. It got, and girls be emotional. And I know I was. I cried at the drop of a dime. So I'm crying, all these things. We end up getting to the party. And Letsy pulls out the card and she says, oh, you spelled my name wrong. Bruh. The way I just felt you feel vindicated, but also it's why did we go through all this? Why wasn't my voice enough for my mom to listen? And so, yes, adults know more, obviously, because they've been in the world long enough, but that doesn't mean kids don't know anything. So whenever I make a mistake and I acknowledge, I try really hard to acknowledge it. I don't think I'm always right. There's things that I know that you don't experience. And there's been many times where you said something and I'm like, no, buddy. And then you might come back around oh yeah, Mom, you're right. But at the same token, when I make a mistake or if I yell at you for something that's not right, or if I put something on you that really ain't on you, then I do try to come back around and apologize. Because yes, I'm older. Yes, I'm your mom. But we have to respect each other. And I think that back in the day, that wasn't the case. Adults did not respect kids, period. But the world we live in now, with the fact that you can find out all the factual information you want, any question you have, you don't even have to ask me first. You literally can just Google it. So what I look like telling you something that I think is right, and then you can just find the right answer and you see that it's wrong. What I said was wrong. You ain't going to respect me. You're not going to respect me. You're not going to think you don't think I'm stupid. And then you're going to never take anything I say seriously because you see me lie to you or you see me give you misinformation. So I think parents, mompreneurs especially, we have to be able to hear our kids, and we have to be able to be accountable when we make mistakes and understand we're not perfect. Like, I'm realizing how hard it was to be a parent now that I have all these kids. And now I'm giving my mom and my dad so much grace, because when I look back at them and where they were in their life at different ages, me and my husband wasn't nowhere near as polished. They just seemed so, my parents had a china cabinet and all these things at like 25. Like, we just got a dining room table today. No bullshit. We just got a dining room table today. A new one, right. We had one, but that was an old one. We just got a new dining room table to match the new house that we moved into 4 years ago. My parents would have never. House been decorated, okay? But yeah, so I will work on being patient. I'm going to always work on that. I'm having to be a lot more patient with myself. I have a new job now. I just hit 90 days, so I'm no longer on probation. And that is teaching me patience and working with my coworkers. And so I'm hoping to bring that into the fold here. And we're all work in progress. Now, ask me the same question I just asked you.
Okay. Going into the new year, what's one tip you would give me to make me a better person?
Great question. Going into 2023, my dear oldest son, Ronald RJ, I would say to you to not be afraid to be different. I think as I look at, this is just how it is. When you're a teenager, you just kind of rolling with it, you know? And I'm not saying there's anything you should be doing differently now, but I would just say to not be afraid to be different and chart your own path. It might not be the path that your friends are on. It might not be a path that you understand. It might not be a path that any of us get, but if you feel it, then go. That would be my suggestion to you. Not only my suggestion to anybody, but obviously you being probably more to me than anybody else. So my suggestion would be for you to not be afraid to be different, and also not be afraid for change. That might be your feelings about something might change. That might be your circumstances might change. Your situation might change. Don't be afraid of it. Just go with it. That's what I was saying. All right. I had another question for you. Do you think you want to be an entrepreneur? Wait a minute. Because I don't want no yes or no answers. Do you think you want to be an entrepreneur? Why or why not? Carry on.
If it was one,
Uh-huh.
Ding.
Oh, got it. Okay. That's annoying.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Cause like seeing other entrepreneurs and like the big businesses, seeing all the success is cool, but like you don't know like what they went through to get to that point. Like, you don't know how many times they messed up or didn't get something right or got rejected or anything along those lines. You don't know that, or you're not there to see that. So I feel like for some people aren't as like persistent in like what they want.
Yeah.
So depending on certain things.
Right.
Like if you love something, you'll be persistent with it, I'm assuming. But some people aren't as persistent. So after a certain amount of no's, they're gonna like just give up. And I'm not saying that I would do that, but since I can't really say, but like entrepreneurship, it never really like piqued my interest.
Okay.
But so that in that like as of right now, I'm not quote unquote in love with it.
Got it. Well, I think that's fair. Here's the deal. If everybody owned a business, there would be no people to run the business, right? Like most entrepreneurs are solopreneurs like me. They have one job that they do all the work and they don't really have staff. And they're able to sustain their lifestyle and, contribute how they can to the world. It's another level when you have a staff, you have a team, you have like a board. That's a whole nother level. And I ain't there. And if I'm being honest, I don't think I want to be there. And that's one of the reasons why I got a full-time job. And it wasn't because, for me, it wasn't because I was afraid of the no or I wasn't persistent. It's at this point in this juncture, almost at 5 years, I can't do this by myself anymore. You know, when I started camp, it was pretty solo. Obviously, I had the support of my husband's dad and, you know, our peers. But at 5 years, like, I don't want to do this alone anymore. I need a partner. I don't know what that looks like. And I've said this before, I think. But that is why, for me, it was important to get this new full-time job, because now I see what a team is like. And I'm so blessed to have such a great team. And I know I'm a good leader. That's one thing I know. I'm a director in my new job. And it would be dope to be able to have the same team for my business, but that costs money. And you got to be bringing it in to be able to pay the people and all those things. So that's a whole nother conversation. But yes, entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It's not for the non-persistent. It's not for those who are easily swayed. And I don't think you're cooler because you're an entrepreneur. Like, I have a different respect and love for people who have an idea, make it something that can be sold, and then can flourish off of it. I think that's amazing. It doesn't have to be a new idea. It could be a remix of something that already existed. That's the smart way to go about it. But I don't think it's for everybody. And as I go into this new chapter of my life, I've already thought about what I want my next position to be in the corporate world. I'm not even thinking about like where I want camp to grow anymore, because I know that I can't do that by myself. And if I don't have the team or the partner or the collaboration that I need to make it happen, then I'm just going to accept it and figure out something else. Maybe that will come by way of my new position or my current position, right? So yeah, I agree with everything you said on the things that you have to be for an entrepreneur. What is it like being a big brother?
It has ups and downs.
More ups or more downs?
Downs.
Damn.
You know, I love them, but it can be quite nagging or annoying at times. But that's just how little siblings are.
Yeah.
And also, I think my circumstances a little different from everyone else's.
Yeah. The 10-year gap, 10 and 12-year gap is intense.
And Parker.
Right. And Parker. So our daughter is on the autism spectrum. She's the middle baby. And so that is different. That definitely presents different challenges. That Reese, we don't see those challenges so much with him. And if I can say this, you've been such a great brother for her. And you've been I remember when we told you she had autism, you just handled it like, okay. Like, it really didn't impact you. You didn't change. You're a great big brother. And I don't know if she sees it now, but we see it. And I know she feels it because she loves you. One thing she loves is her brother. Do you think would I be a better mom if I didn't have them too?
Can't really say.
Right.
But like, I think some things that you have now you wouldn't have if they weren't there.
That's true.
So
very good point.
They definitely not like taught you a lesson. I mean,
yeah.
They taught you a lot of stuff that you probably never knew about yourself.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. I say it all the time, even just with what we did today. With my husband went out of town this morning. We decided to take you to urgent care last night. These kids still needed to go to school. And it doesn't matter how much support you have. And to me, I could be wrong here. It doesn't matter how much support you have. It falls on the mom. And as I had this full-time job, I've been very adamant about being clear and better differentiating or dividing the roles of the family, because I'm now working outside of the home. When I work remotely most of the time, but a lot of it still falls on us, you know? My husband went out of town for the funeral. He went to a funeral, but before that, he was in Colombia with his friends. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna book a trip. And I'm going to LA next month. Yeah, next month. And when I was booking the trip, I was like, oh, I'm going to leave on Friday and come back on early Monday. And then I was like, no, You leave on Thursday morning the same way your husband left on Thursday morning when he went to Columbia, and you come back Monday or Tuesday the same way he came back on Monday or Tuesday. Period. And as mompreneurs, and I'm probably going on a tangent here, but we really have to reclaim our time. Like the good sis Maxine Waters said a couple years ago. And it might all fall on us. More might fall on us, and that's fine. But if we both working, or we both hustling, or we both doing whatever, then I'm sorry, just my view, this should need to be split down the middle. And I was having a conversation with a coworker who has 2 young children. And, we were just, and this is a whole nother conversation, but like, if we're both working and we're both bringing in money and we're both doing what we do, who's the head of household? Like, why is the man the head of household if we both handling it? I'm not saying that's my situation, but these are just conversations that need to be had. I am not one of those women who feel like women, burn your bras, feminist. That ain't me. I believe in a man taking out the trash. This guy takes the trash out, but he also washes the dishes because that's what we need to keep the house moving. He doesn't like it. Do you wash the dishes or do you put them in the dishwasher?
Dishes kind of caused me injury.
You wasn't at my house when you did the dishes?
I was doing the dishes right there.
I thought you was at Granny house.
Right there.
On a Sunday? Oh, where was I?
You was, I don't know. I was right there.
Oh, well, you got to be more careful, honey.
I was like...
Should have put them in the dishwasher. Did she fall? This is wild. We're going to end the episode here because I need to get these kids. It's 10:21. I need to get them a shower. That's one of the things that I don't do perfectly. Bedtime. My husband has started to take over bedtime because it ain't really my jam. If it's up to me, we going upstairs. I'm taking my shower. I'm washing my face. I'm doing my nightly routine while they lay in the bed and fall asleep. And then I'll get in the bed. It's no routine. But when he does it, they're in their own beds. They do what they need to do. So that is one way that I divided the labor and gave it to him once, I started to take on more responsibility at a new job. But my dear young RJ, I don't really call you young RJ anymore. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for being a part of my show at the very last minute, as many of my guests are. Just gotta make it work.
Yeah.
So when this episode drops, it's probably going to be my most watched episode, most listened to, most downloaded,
Good.
Because you're going to share it with all your friends.
Wow.
You're going to make all your friends subscribe to the YouTube. You're going to make all your friends download and listen to the full episode and rate. Give us 5 stars. Leave reviews. Good reviews. You're going to do all of that. You're going to post it on TikTok, Instagram. You're going to put it in all the text messages, groups. You share it with the girls at the sister school. He goes to all boys school. There's a sister school next to said school. You share it to them. It's up. They'll be like, oh my God, your mom is so cool. They don't sound like that. They do. They do. He don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is it. This episode was about 35 minutes. I don't know how the audio sounded in the beginning, but I turned the heat off. So hopefully some of that noise goes away. What do we say? Consistency over perfection. This is episode 99. I have 2 favorite number situations. Obviously number 9. My birthday is December 9th. My anniversary is January 9th. My wedding anniversary. We did not plan that. We just woke up and went to the Justice of the Peace. My line number, I'm a Delta. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. My line number is 9. There is 122 of us on that line because it was a grad chapter. I did not plan to be number 9, okay? My son's birthday.
2 times 2 is what?
4.
Never mind. I wasn't going nowhere with that.
Okay. My son's birthday is March 19th, not planned. He was due on the 17th and he came 2 days later. Our daughter, Parker, my daughter, his sister, her birthday is May 9th. We did plan that because I had to schedule a C-section and it was either have it on the 9th or have it on the 10th. I didn't want to do it on the 10th because that's my mom's birthday. And I wanted my baby girl to have her own birthday. So the 9th just made sense. Any other 9s in that? That's my 9 story. So that's one.
Oh, Reese is a 9.
Reese is a 9.
January.
His birthday is January 26th. Tell it.
Good.
Go ahead. Come on. Reese, the baby, his birthday is January 26th. 1 + 2 + 6 is... RJ, say it.
It's 9.
It's 9. Only person that don't fit is my husband.
What's him?
Nothing. 11, 24.
6.
8. Off.
Oh, well.
That man off. But he is 100% bought into the 9 story. Okay, so that's a 9. The other parts of numbers are 4, 4, 4. And you said what's 2 times 2 is 4. So we were maybe on the same page there. No, okay. I don't know why I went on that 9 rant just now.
Because you said the 99th episode.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Bam. See, that's why I need this man. 99th episode. Next week is the 100th episode, which was recorded a couple of days ago in the space. I had a lot. It was great. I cannot wait for you all to hear that next week. I'm so thankful. This show lights my fire, my intellectual fire. And I'm just so happy that I have a kid who comes along with me and has been coming along with me for all the things that I do. Do you think I'm like crazy? Do you?
Everyone has their own crazy moments.
Okay.
Say that.
Do you think I'm cool?
Yeah, you're right.
If we're comparing coolness, if we're comparing moms, think of all the moms you know. Like all your friends, think of their moms. Who's the coolest? I'm not expecting you to say me. I just want to know kind of where your head is.
All the moms I know?
Mm-hmm. All your friends' moms.
I have a lot of friends.
I know. So who's the coolest?
But I'm not with their mom.
Just from what you see. Just from the vibes.
I see your cool side a lot.
So is me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Period. Thank you, RJ. I love you so much. Oh, so I get a backhand, but every morning he come when he sees his brother and sister, not in the morning, but when you see them, you always give them a high five, which I think is just the sweetest thing. I get this. Whatever it was.
See how awkward this is. Look. This is that so much easier than having.
Because we're sitting side by side. Because we're sitting side by side. All right. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Do what we discussed. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, review. All of it. Do it. And yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure, my love. You're great. And it's bedtime. Brush your teeth. 10:27.
I don't have classes tomorrow.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
But you're going.
I have a field trip tomorrow.
Yeah, but you still got to be there at what time?
I have a field trip tomorrow. There's a game tomorrow.
You want to tell the people about your field trip? Okay. We'll talk about another episode. It's been great. Check it out. See y'all next week, episode 100. Make sure you share this with someone. Share this with a mompreneur. She needs to hear it.
Yeah.
Peace.
Tell a friend, to 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 tell their grandma.
Thank you. Period. All right, now, y'all, don't forget to connect with Shades of Content on Instagram at Shades of Content and with me, Patrice Camo, at Patrice Camo. And also be sure to rate this show, leave a review, and subscribe because that's actually the only way that we're going to grow. I'll see you next week.